Hey everybody. So I hadn't done a knife review in a while, and lately I'd become interested in slip joints. So I thought that I would review a few of those and maybe a little comparison on some of the more modern lockbacks or liner locks that I have. Um, I never had a grandfather to hand me a case knife or anything like that when I was growing up, so the Swiss Army knife was my introduction to slip joints. And if you're anything like me, you've probably bitten yourself once or twice closing that blade. But that was kind of what put me off on slip joints and got me thinking about more modern locking knives. Um, However, recently where is it? I had this great little knife here from Benchmade, and it's got a spay blade, and it's got a traditional locking blade, and then it's also got this here you go, bottle opener, screwdriver, cap lifter, right? Not a not a big knife, but definitely something that you could use at work. I love the fact that it's got this locking blade here and there's no play in it. So that kind of got me interested in slip joints, and so I picked up my first case trapper. See if I can open this without whacking my finger off. It's a very traditional trapper. I think this is like 2007. And then I kind of got interested in this brand called Rough Rider, and yeah, I know they're made in China and everything like that, but aesthetically, man, these things are just great looking. I can get this bad boy open here. So this is their buckshot bone, and I just love the handles on this thing with the red liners. You can see that there, and it's really pretty good quality. I mean, it's China, and I didn't pay a lot for it, and I am not at all unhappy with this knife. I picked up one more trapper, and this is their tailgate trapper. And again, it's just got some beautiful bone handles, and I mean, you can see those bone scales, just really nice. And you've got this nice, I think it's a 3-inch clip point blade, and then you've got your bottle opener slash screwdriver. Great little knife. I've already I've been carrying that for a while, actually. It's a great little pocket knife. I came across, I like the case trapper lock, but I don't like the price. And then I came across this little number on eBay, and so this has got the jig bone scales, and it's a it's a trapper lock. It's a liner lock, and it's got this nice thumb stud on it, and very traditional, otherwise traditional looking pocket knife. Some of the other ones that I really like are the Stockmans, and I'm assuming that most of you know what a Stockman is, but for those of you who don't, it's a 3-bladed knife, and this is from Snap-on. It's Schrade. Very nice pocket knife. Really like this a lot. I picked up another one here that is it's an older one, and it's a Craftsman. And the thing I really like about this is I like the blade shape. It's pretty big, and you've got this swedge here at the end, which is nice. And of course, the fact that it's made in the U.S. Does not hurt anything at all. But there you go. You've got your spay blade and your sheepsfoot blade and your clip point, right? One that I really enjoy. I don't enjoy opening it because it's a real bear to open. So this one here, I really love that the sheepsfoot blade is serrated. Got this real long, slender clip point blade that has a liner lock. See that? And then, of course, you got your spay blade. And this is actually made, it says Crossman blades, so the same people that make Crossman air guns. You can see there. I'm assuming maybe Camillus or somebody like that made the knife for him. And you know, it's nothing super special. The handles are plastic jig bone, but I do like the liner lock and the serrated sheepsfoot blade. I thought was really pretty cool. So, you know, I liked these Rough Rider knives, and I started looking at some of the other patterns. I'm not a big fan of the traditional Barlow pattern, but this one here, the Big Daddy Barlow, kind of caught my eye. I love the yellow composition handles. Again, very reminiscent of a case knife, and you can see it's pretty good sized blade. They make one a little bit bigger than this called the Granddaddy Barlow, and that's maybe just a little much, but I do like this one. And one of the things I like about these knives is they do have that half stop, which hopefully, you know, if I close it on my finger after that, that is entirely on me. One of the other knives that Rough Rider put out that I really like is their work knife, which is reminiscent of a case sod buster. And this has got these beautiful jig bone handles, and then the liner lock, and it's got, you know, good heft to it. I've been carrying this around, using it in the yard and things like that, and I've been pretty happy with it. The first thing that came to mind when I was carrying that was a comparison to my Buck 110 Slimline, and you can see they're pretty similar in size and blade length. I think this is probably the Rough Rider is probably just a little heavier than the Buck, which, you know, kind of makes sense, I guess. Another good comparison is this Rat 1. You can see size and length is really similar. The blade obviously is wider, and that'll cost you, you know, maybe twice, maybe a little more than 2 times what I paid for that. So this is a great knife, even if it's not a traditional. So in addition to that work knife, I thought, well, you know, I've got a little case Sodbuster Junior, and you can compare it there. And as it turns out, Rough Rider makes their own little sort of Sodbuster Junior, and this little guy has these Moonglow handles, which I thought were really cool. And it's also got the liner lock, and the beauty of this little knife is it'll sit in your watch pocket or your coin pocket, whatever you want to call it, of your blue jeans all day, and you'll never know it's there. And it's got a cute factor to it, so if you pull it out at work, you know, most people aren't going to freak out. So that's a good thing. What else did I pick up? So I've got this, you know, so I've got this little guy here, and then I picked up, you know, honestly, I thought this was going to be a little bit bigger when I got it. I liked the jig bone handles, and I'm a big fan of clip point blades. So when I got this and saw the size, you know, I wasn't thrilled. But you know, it wasn't the worst thing. You know, it wasn't the worst knife that I ever bought. I did pick up this little guy here. This is the Diamond Jim Sowbelly Lockback, and I'm pretty happy with this. I love the real slim profile of this, and I love the bone handles on it. But getting back to these two here, they're really close in size and weight and everything to my Buck 501. So, you know, I wouldn't have a problem if somebody wanted to borrow a knife, you know, giving them either one of these. I'm not going to give them my 501. But, so, you know, that's a good idea for you there, just size-wise, what they look like. I'm looking here at the other knives that I've got, and I don't think I'm missing any. But listen, I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend, and thanks so much for looking at this video, and leave any comments below. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.